Welcome to the deep dive. So, you're here because you want to understand what's really going on with artificial intelligence and software development.
Right.
And you're probably wondering, what does this all mean for me, for my future as a developer?
Exactly. It's a big question right now.
Today, we're aiming to cut through some of that noise. We're going to take a really focused look at how AI, well, it isn't just changing the game anymore. It feels like it's becoming the whole new playing field.
That's a good way to put it. It's fundamental now.
We'll be digging into why understanding and, crucially, leveraging AI is becoming so essential. And specifically, we'll explore the AI Plus developer certification from AiCerts, kind of see it as a potential pathway.
Absolutely. And this isn't some, far off thing we're talking about.
Yeah.
AI is fundamentally reshaping how software gets conceived, built, and maintained right now, today.
Okay.
So for you as
Yeah.
a developer listening, this is a huge opportunity, really, a chance to evolve your skills, become, well, more valuable.
Makes sense.
Our goal here in this deep dive is basically to light up that path a bit and show why maybe a structured approach like this AI plus developer certification could be a really effective way to jump on this shift.
Okay, so let's talk scale.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to hear AI is big, but what does that really mean, like in actual numbers?
Well, okay, consider this. The AI market, it's projected to just explode. We're talking $1.35 trillion by 2030.
Wow, trillion.
Yeah, trillion. That's not just, a little bump. It's a massive economic force. It's going to touch pretty much every industry you can think of.
$1.35 trillion. That's almost hard to really wrap your head around. Geographically, where's this growth happening most?
Right now, North America has the biggest slice, about 28.8%. But the Asia-Pacific region is right up there, 25%. And Europe's close too, 24.3%.
Okay.
They're all showing really significant and, importantly, fast-growing adoption.
Yeah.
So this global spread really tells you it doesn't matter where you're working, AI is becoming, a really important piece of the tech puzzle.
So yeah, definitely not just a Silicon Valley trend then. It's worldwide. And it's creating real demand for, well, new skills for developers.
Absolutely. And that demand, it translates directly into real opportunities for developers who can, effectively bring AI into their work.
Right.
And we're seeing this sort of democratization of AI power happening too. A lot of that is thanks to platforms like TensorFlow, PyTorch.
Heard of those?
Yeah, and also the big cloud providers, right? AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. They all offer these comprehensive AI services now.
That's interesting how these platforms are making really sophisticated AI tools, well, more accessible. It's not like every single developer now needs a PhD in machine learning, is it?
Exactly right.
Yep.
No, these platforms, they give you pre-built models, intuitive APIs, so you can actually use AI features in your apps without having to, dive super deep into the complex theory behind every single algorithm.
Okay, that makes sense.
And this ease of access, it's driving this really fascinating evolution in what a developer actually does.
Evolution, you mentioned that. So how is the actual job, day-to-day changing for a developer because of AI?
Well, we're seeing this shift, this transition, moving away from a primary focus on just writing, complex lines of code towards a broader role, something we might call an AI architect.
AI architect. Okay.
Yeah. In this kind of new model, your focus shifts more towards designing, developing, deploying AI models, and then crucially, integrating them smoothly into the bigger software picture. It's more about orchestrating these intelligent pieces.
So less focus purely on the manual coding of every little thing and more on strategically using AI capabilities.
Precisely. And a huge benefit of this is the automation we're starting to see, automating many of the more, let's say, tedious or time-consuming parts of development.
Like what, for example?
Oh, think about the hours you can spend tracking down one stubborn bug.
Ugh.
Or meticulously optimizing code for performance. AI tools are getting really good at handling a lot of those tasks, often automatically.
That sounds like it could free up a significant amount of, well, developer time and just mental energy.
It really does. And that allows you, the developer, to concentrate more on the creative side, the strategic thinking, the bigger picture problem solving.
Which should lead to better efficiency and maybe even higher quality software in the end.
Exactly. Both.
Yeah.
And this transformation, it's happening across several key areas.
Okay, let's get specific then. What are some really tangible ways AI is reshaping what developers are doing?
Okay, so one big impact is on enhanced code quality. We're seeing AI-powered tools, static analysis tools, that can automatically scan your code.
Right?
They spot potential bugs, enforce coding standards, and they do it with a level of, precision and consistency that's honestly hard for humans to match manually all the time.
So it's kind of like having an tireless, super thorough code reviewer always looking over your shoulder, but in a good way.
Pretty much, yeah, a very consistent one. Secondly, there's improved efficiency through AI integrated development environments, or IDEs.
Mhm.
These new environments can offer real-time suggestions, smarter auto-completions that understand context, not just syntax, and some even try to predict what you're trying to do next. It just speeds up the whole coding process.
Right, making the workflow smoother, faster.
Definitely. Thirdly, there's this emergence of personalized development environments.
Personalized. How so?
Well, imagine an IDE that actually learns your coding style, learns the kinds of projects you typically work on,
Hmm.
and then proactively offers relevant code snippets, documentation links, maybe even learning resources,
Yeah.
all tailored specifically to you and what you're doing right now. AI is making that possible.
Wow, a development environment that adapts to me. That's a really fascinating concept. What else?
Fourth is security enhancements. This is a big one. AI is becoming crucial here. AI-powered tools can continuously monitor code bases for potential security vulnerabilities, spot weird patterns that might signal a threat, and even suggest ways to fix them. It helps build more secure apps from the get-go.
Yeah, with cybersecurity being such a huge concern, that sounds incredibly valuable, like an extra layer of defense.
It really is. And finally, number 5, AI is revolutionizing data analysis for developers.
Data analysis, you mean beyond just logs?
Yeah, way beyond just manually digging through logs. AI can analyze huge amounts of data performance metrics, user behavior data, identify trends, predict how users might act, and give you actionable insights.
Ah,
So those insights can then inform your development decisions, leading to more data-driven, more effective applications overall.
so it's not just about building the software, but also really understanding its impact and how people use it much more deeply.
Exactly. You know, by taking over a lot of those repetitive, sometimes error-prone, time-sucking tasks, AI lets developers focus on the higher-level stuff: problem solving, innovation, building more sophisticated, more valuable products.
It really sounds like AI is directly tackling some of the biggest pain points developers have always dealt with. We mentioned bug detection, code optimization. Can you elaborate a bit more on how AI specifically helps with those?
Sure. So for bug detection, these AI-powered static analysis tools, they can often identify a much wider range of potential problems than traditional methods.
Okay.
They catch subtle errors, maybe inconsistencies a human reviewer might just skim over. Plus, they learn. They learn from past bug patterns, so they actually get better over time.
Like a detective who never sleeps and remembers every case file.
Kind of, yeah. And then there's the dreaded debugging process.
Ugh, don't remind me.
Right. Well, AI can speed that up significantly. It can analyze how the code is executing, pinpoint where things went wrong much faster, and sometimes even suggest likely causes or fixes based on its knowledge of similar past issues.
Anybody who's lost hours or days chasing one bug can see the appeal there.
Absolutely. And for code optimization.
Yeah, how does that work?
Well, these AI-driven development environments, they can give you real-time feedback as you code, suggestions for writing more efficient stuff.
Like what kind of suggestions?
It might recommend, say, an alternative algorithm that's faster, or point out a performance bottleneck you hadn't noticed, or suggest ways to cut down on memory or CPU usage.
Ah, okay.
This leads to apps that aren't just faster, but also potentially more scalable, cheaper to run.
So it feels like AI helps developers write better code right from the start, not just fixing problems later.
That's a key part of it, yes.
Oh.
Proactive improvement. And beyond those, like we touched on, AI is a massive help with security vulnerabilities.
Right, the scanning.
Exactly. AI-enhanced security tools can identify known weaknesses, often before attackers can find them, and give developers clear recommendations on how to lock things down, proactively securing the application.
So bottom line, integrating AI into how you develop software isn't just about being a bit faster. It's about fundamentally building better quality, more secure, more robust products.
That is the core value proposition, yes. AI empowers developers. It helps overcome these common hurdles and deliver better results faster. Which brings us back to the AI Plus Developer Certification from AiCerts, because it's specifically designed to give developers the skills and the knowledge they need to actually use AI effectively in their work.
All right, let's dive into that certification then. For someone listening now who's thinking, okay, I'm interested, what does this AI Plus Developer Certification actually involve? What's inside?
So, the AI Plus Developer Certification, it's a pretty comprehensive program. It's structured around 10 key modules.
10 modules. Okay.
Yeah, and each one is carefully put together to give you both a solid theoretical foundation and practical hands-on expertise in using AI within software development.
10 modules sounds quite thorough. Can we get a quick sense of what each one covers? Like what's in the Foundations of AI module?
Sure. So that first one, Foundations, it's crucial. It gives you the big picture overview. Traces AI's history, from the early ideas right up to the really advanced algorithms we use today.
Okay, context.
Exactly. And it also shows you the sheer breadth of AI's impact. We look at examples in healthcare, autonomous driving, finance,
Hmm.
just to see where it's making a difference.
So understanding the what and the why of AI. What about the next one? Mathematical concepts for AI. That sounds potentially intimidating for some developers.
Yeah, it can sound that way, but the focus here is really practical. It's about the essential math concepts you actually need to understand and build AI and machine learning models effectively.
Like what specifically?
We cover things like linear algebra, fundamental for handling data in AI, calculus key for understanding how models actually learn, and probability essential for dealing with uncertainty. But the goal is practical understanding, not getting bogged down in abstract proofs.
Okay, a pragmatic approach.
Good?
Next is Python programming. Why Python? It seems everywhere in AI.
It really is. Python's basically become the main language for AI and data science. It's got clean syntax, a huge ecosystem of powerful libraries, fantastic community support.
Right.
So this module gives you hands-on experience with Python itself, and also critical libraries like NumPy for numbers, Pandas for data handling, Matplotlib for plotting data, all totally essential tools for AI work.
Got it. Building the practical coding skills needed. Module 4 is mastering machine learning. What are the core techniques here?
This one dives into the main types of machine learning. There's supervised learning, where models learn from labeled data,
Hmm.
unsupervised learning, finding patterns in unlabeled data, and reinforcement learning, where agents learn by doing through trial and error.
Okay.
And you learn specific algorithms within those, like regression for predicting numbers, classification for sorting things into categories, clustering for grouping similar things together, a real toolkit.
Provides a good range of ML approaches. Then there's deep learning. How does that build on the machine learning stuff?
Deep learning is really a subfield of machine learning, but it uses these complex artificial neural networks, often with many layers, to learn really intricate patterns from massive data sets.
Okay.
So this module covers how these neural networks are built and looks at key models like CNN's convolutional neural networks, great for images and RNNs, recurrent neural networks, which are good for sequential data like text or time series.
So deep learning handles the really complex pattern recognition, like images and language, which leads nicely into the next module, computer vision.
Exactly. This one focuses purely on enabling AI to see and interpret visual stuff. You explore techniques for object detection, finding things in pictures, image segmentation, dividing images into meaningful parts, and GAN's generative adversarial networks, which can actually create realistic fake images.
That's the tech behind a lot of the amazing image stuff we see now. Okay, after vision comes natural language processing, NLP.
Right. NLP is all about how AI understands, interprets, and even generates human language. So it covers techniques for things like text classification, sorting documents by topic, or maybe sentiment analysis itself, figuring out the emotion in text, and other key parts of making human-computer interaction feel more natural.
Understanding meaning, understanding emotion in text. Cool. The next module shifts gears a bit. Cloud computing for AI. Why is the cloud so vital for AI?
Well, training and deploying these complex AI models, especially deep learning models, often requires huge amounts of computing power and specialized hardware.
Right, more than my laptop has.
Exactly. So cloud platforms like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, they provide that necessary scale. Massive data storage, powerful processing, specialized AI services. This module teaches you how to actually use those cloud platforms for your AI workflow training models faster, deploying them globally.
Taking AI development from your machine to the world, essentially. Module 9 is cutting-edge AI research. What's covered there? Sounds advanced.
It is a bit more forward-looking.
Yeah.
The idea is to keep developers aware of what's happening at the frontiers of AI research because it moves so fast.
Good point.
So it explores emerging trends like neurosymbolic AI, trying to combine neural networks with logical reasoning, federated learning training models across many devices without centralizing sensitive data, and explainable AI, or XAI, making AI decisions less of a black box.
Keeping ahead of the curve, understanding where things might go next, important. And the final module, number 10, AI communication and documentation. This might seem less technical, but sounds crucial.
Oh, it's absolutely vital. Seriously.
Mm,
Being able to clearly explain complex AI concepts, whether it's to your technical team or to, say, business stakeholders,
hmm
that's essential.
Yeah, I can see that.
This module focuses on those skills. How to document your AI projects properly for transparency so others can reproduce your work, and just generally facilitating good communication and knowledge sharing.
So it's not just about building the AI, but being able to explain it, justify its use, make sure it's used responsibly. It really sounds like this AI plus developer certification provides a very well-rounded, practical path for developers wanting to get serious about AI.
That's exactly the goal. It's designed to do just that, covering the foundations, the necessary math, the hands-on coding, the specific AI techniques like ML, deep learning, CV, NLP, the cloud aspect, and even the cutting-edge research and communication skills.
Mm,
It aims to give you that holistic skill set you need to really thrive now.
makes sense.
And like we said earlier, this isn't just about individual careers changing. This whole AI shift is transforming entire industries.
Absolutely. That's a great point to circle back to. AI's influence is spreading so fast everywhere. Let's maybe revisit a couple of those industry examples just to really hammer home why these AI development skills are becoming so critical.
Okay, yeah. Think about healthcare again. The kinds of AI models you could learn to build, they're directly impacting things like earlier disease detection, getting more accurate diagnoses from scans, creating personalized treatment plans. It leads to genuinely better outcomes for patients.
That's such a powerful, tangible example of where these skills make a real difference. What about in finance?
Well, in finance, being able to develop AI tools for, say, detecting fraud, assessing financial risk more accurately, building predictive models for trading, it's not just about making things more efficient. It's about protecting the financial system, making smarter economic decisions. These are critical applications.
Huge impact there, too. And we mentioned the automotive industry earlier. AI in self-driving cars is fundamentally changing transport.
Exactly. Those computer vision techniques, sensor fusion,
Mm.
the stuff you'd learn about is literally at the core of making autonomous vehicles work, which promises, safer roads eventually, more efficient logistics.
It's really clear that across so many different fields, the need for developers who can actually build and integrate these AI solutions is just going to keep climbing.
No doubt about it.
And like we discussed, AI is also taking over some of the more, well, routine parts of the job itself.
That's right. Whether it's automating parts of code review to keep quality high or helping with that initial debugging grind to speed things up,
Mm.
AI is basically freeing up developer bandwidth,
Right.
letting them focus on the harder, more interesting, more innovative challenges, which ultimately means, faster development cycles, better quality products, and the ability to tackle really novel problems that maybe weren't feasible before.
So for you listening right now, if you're feeling ready to not just, keep up with this incredibly fast-moving tech world, but to actually become a leader in it, what's the next logical move?
Well, I think the answer is pretty clear.
Yeah.
You need to take control of your future in AI development. And the AI Plus developer certification from AiCerts, it's really engineered to be that launch pad for you.
Okay.
Whether you're an experienced developer just looking to add these crucial skills, or maybe someone earlier in your career wanting to specialize in a super high-demand area, this program really gives you that comprehensive knowledge, those practical abilities you need to excel now in this age of AI.
So if someone's thinking, yes, this sounds exactly like what I need to level up my skills, what should they do right now?
The next step is simple, really. Just visit icerts.io. That's AICERTS.io. icerts.io. Yeah. On the website, you can really explore the full curriculum for the AI Plus Developer Certification. You can dive deeper into each of those 10 modules we talked about. And, most importantly, you can take that step and enroll. Think of it as an investment in your future, your chance to be a key player in this whole AI revolution.
That's AiCerts.io, your direct path to check out the certification and take that really crucial next step on your AI journey. It definitely sounds like an invaluable resource for anyone serious about building their career in this field.
It really is designed to be. Look, the integration of AI into software development, it's not just some passing trend, it's the new reality.
Yeah.
It's how things are going to be done. And this AI Plus Developer Certification, it equips you with the skills, the understanding to not just cope with this reality, but to actually shape it.
Well, there you have it. A pretty comprehensive deep dive into why AI is becoming so important in software development, and a detailed look at how the AI Plus developer certification from AiCerts can really empower you to thrive in this new landscape. It is definitely an exciting time to be a developer. AI is unlocking some incredible possibilities.
It truly is. Thanks for joining us for this discussion. And yeah, we really do encourage everyone listening to check out acerts.io, learn more, and take that next big step for your career in AI development.
And with that, we'll wrap up this deep dive. We look forward to bringing you more insightful discussions next time. Until then, stay curious and keep innovating.